I have no idea. All right, I'm going to see if this works. We did lose internet completely, so I am trying to fire this back up. So give me a second here. Let me see here. Where is it? Oh, and I have to do this too. All right. Give me a second here. I'll let everyone log back in and we will get restarted. So sorry about that. I did lose internet completely. Just throwing it out there. Yep. So let me know who's still here in the comments. We'll run this for another half hour. I feel bad for that. But yeah, we did lose internet completely. The South did get totally hit by heavy storms. Internet's been a little bit patchy here and there since those storms, but I think we will be okay. All right, so let me go to home real quick here because I need to now edit this. Give me a second. Hold on a second here. I have to figure out, I don't even know how to edit this stuff. Give me a second here. Let me see if I can edit it. So let me pause it right here. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so let's edit real quick here. Sorry about that. And I'm just waiting. All right, so but like I said, just making sure that everyone gets a chance to log back in. I don't know what the heck happened. I lost all internet completely. I should hopefully be back online. Everyone, if someone could give me a sound and video check, I should be good. But like I said, I lost internet completely, so that's what happened. Jules has got money sign. Yes, money sign, Jules. I mean, I always like money, you know, but yeah, money sign. So yeah, let's get back to talking what we were talking about. And I believe we were talking about whale trackers before I lost everything. And Jules was actually talking about, hey, how does Stellar get to that valuation, right? How does like Algo and how is XRP just beating the ever living crap out of Stellar value-wise? And what it comes down to, Jules, is this right here. It's the number of asset holders just isn't strong enough. Okay. And what I mean by strong enough, right? We were talking about the Chivo wallet, all right? And we were talking about like the Chivo wallet by Bitso onboarded 2.1 million people in 2 months. Stellar has not had that. If you look at Stellar's biggest 2-month time period, and this is same, this is like for like, okay? Their best 2-month time period, all right, regarding how many people they onboarded was 744,000. Put that into perspective, what Bitso did with the Chivo wallet. 2.1 to 2.2 million people. That means there was like 3 times as many people as the highest ever for their wallet. All right. That's crazy. That is crazy. So when it comes down to like valuations and so forth, this is one of the big things that is holding back Stellar Lumens right now, is that right now the number of new people getting into the ecosystem isn't big. They're not big numbers like we were seeing with other programs out there. And think, El Salvador's population is only like 6 million. So a third of their population got converted to wallet holders with that asset. That's huge. Stellar needs to kind of think about that. And that's why it was good to see that Bitso is working with Tribal Credit on this, because Bitso has the experience for onboarding lots and lots and lots of accounts. And again, for those of you that are rejoining, sorry about that. We did lose internet. The South got pounded with storms, all right, over the last 24 hours. We didn't do too bad here. The upstate got a little bit worse. But we have had the internet kind of go in and out. So I do apologize for that total pain in the butt, because we were rolling so good. So yeah, going back to Jules's question on why Stellar doesn't have the valuation, it's coming down to who's using it. And I got that chart up on the screen right now for you, Jules. All right. That is this. The number of daily active accounts just isn't there. I mean, I want you to look at this dormant period of 2020. All right. This was crypto winter. All right. Crypto winter. All right. During this dormant period of 2020, there were times where, look, they only had 15,000 active accounts. You're not going to win the crypto ecosystem war with just 15,000 active accounts. Now, granted, what we've seen in recent months has been 61,000, 79, and 100,000 active accounts. But you need some big kid numbers here, all right? So look at this. Daily active accounts back in the day, 300,000. That's still not that many, all right? We're talking about Chivo Wallet with El Salvador at 2.1, 2.2 million users, right? And you know they're using it more frequently because it's integrated as their currency, right? It's a national currency. It's a dual national currency, all right? The US dollar and Bitcoin are now both of their legal tenders, all right? So yes, when it comes down to valuation, it's going to come down to there's not that many daily active accounts, which means it's people aren't using the ecosystem on a frequent basis. All right. We can also look at Lightment. We've talked about it. Lightment does not have the same pull as other NFT markets out there. Okay. So when you're talking ecosystem versus ecosystem, okay, I want you to think about that. And let's talk about NFT ecosystem versus NFT ecosystem. The NFT systems on the Ethereum chain are way superior in terms of the products they're offering. Now, the fees are insane. The fees are crazy. But their product's way better, right? They have something for everyone there. The Stellar's version, right, Lightment does not have that, all right? So you could see in that ecosystem battle, right, what's found on the Ethereum chain is superior in terms of a product quality. I'm not talking about product price and how much it costs. I'm talking about product quality, all right? And product diversification, all right? A lot of those Ethereum ones are very, very dark. Just throwing it out there. And very just like different and off, all right? So that's one way. The other way we looked at it is by asset holders, right? And we just did that chart where we were talking about, hey, they're just not onboarding as many, with their biggest onboard being 744,000. The other is also the distribution of the asset holders. And that goes back to the whale tracker, all right? And the reason that's important is because how many big holders actually are there on the Stellar ecosystem, okay? So tracking whales, tracking actual daily usage of accounts, and tracking new asset holders is the best organic way that we're going to see Stellar come to value. And it's going to be by them taking all of these projects. I'm telling you, if you haven't seen it, look it up. Go to stellar.org, go to projects, ecosystems, and look at all of these different projects. All of these projects here have to start bringing in more asset holders, right? They have to start becoming projects that bring stuff in. I mean, even think of Lightment, right? Lightment, don't get me wrong, it's growing, but it's still not growing enough, right? We would think it would be bigger. NFT marketplace and gaming, there's way more money out there than that. What about metaverse money, right? I mean, see, there is. The Stellar ecosystem, it's still very soft. So you can make money by the Stellar ecosystem, and we could also grow the Stellar ecosystem. I'm trying with my channel to grow it. I'm also a user on NFTs. I'm also a holder of Lumens, also using automated market makers, liquidity pools, all right? So I'm very involved in the Stellar ecosystem in several different levels. Jules chimes in and says, as long as Stellar has MoneyGram and other real world uses, it can't go to zero. And that's exactly a good way to put it, Jules. The more that Stellar is woven into what you're seeing, all right, all of these different projects on here, because remember, some of these projects, okay, are relying on the Stellar chain. I mean, think about it, okay? So Fireblocks right now, the #1 crypto and digital asset platform for institutions. They're not going to pick Stellar's chain to run their stuff on if they were worried that Stellar's chain was going to just go to garbage. All right. Now, granted, Stellar might not be the Ferrari. We talked about this last night. Stellar's a little bit more like a Prius or a minivan. All right. It's reliable. It'll get you there, except it's really, really quick. So it's like a supercharged minivan that's like built block, but like, bulletproof. These companies, all right, your Fireblocks, because that's a big one. Trust me, they're not putting money into something that they think is going to go to crap. Just throwing it back at you. And what's up, Marquise? Back here too, man. I was just telling everyone, Marquise, that like we had a lot of bad storms here in the south, so our internet's been kind of in and out. We didn't get hit that bad here, but further upstate got hit way, way worse. So our internet's been in and out. So if we get lost again, I'll make sure that we reconnect. But yeah, so we're talking about, the value of Stellar and can Stellar go to zero? Maybe that's the best way to put it, Jules. Can Stellar go to Jules? And Eric, thank you for the all good check. I do appreciate that. I mean, look at the projects that they have. I mean, they have if you just kind of go through these like Cowrie, right? A Nigerian based one. So you're now talking about how Stellar is helping Nigerians, right? With the issue of a stable coin. I mean, there's ecosystems here that are now starting to get built in communities, all right? Think of what's happening with the U.S.-Mexico payment corridor, that B2B wise, okay? We talked about that. With Tribal Credit doing this B2B payment, now you're talking that businesses are going to be utilizing the Stellar chain and the Stellar ecosystem. So there's going to be a lot of core reasons for these businesses to keep their investment in there, to keep that ecosystem functioning and going. So with Web 3.0, and Jules, you're much more you're the minivan one. You guys love the minivan comment. But Jules, like what we were talking about last night, when it comes to all these projects, okay, and all these things that they're doing, this ecosystem is just getting further and further entwined and further built up. This is still super early, all right? And a lot of their projects literally just started within the last 6 months, okay? So we really have to wait for these projects to kind of pan out. But these companies are dumping large amounts of holdings. I guarantee you that there are people in these, right? Especially think of like MoneyGram. You're telling me that there weren't people in MoneyGram that are like, yeah, I think I should buy the native token of XLM. That's what's happening, right? I mean, think about it. Look at the whale tracker, right? We're increasing whales. We've increased 43 whales from 100,000 to 10 million holding in 4 days. 4 days, right? I mean, that's totally crazy. All right, and so going back to Jules, so when these other coins disappear, the ones that are left should explode. Yeah, because it's basically, Jules, I really don't, again, I don't know how much you know of what happened like with the dot-com bubble when that happened. That's exactly what happened. So when the dot-com bubble happened, it pulled the whole market down with it, because at first, every investor, they looked at it just like crypto. They're like, well, wait a minute. All the coins are losing value. And then all of a sudden, everyone started selling off their coins. It's the same thing we see like with Bitcoin right now, how Bitcoin kind of rules the roost, right? If Bitcoin has a big day, boom, we go up. If Bitcoin doesn't have a big day, then we go down, right? It's the same concept. But what happened with the dot-com bubble is once like the bubble started popping and companies started failing because their cash burn was so high, it started pulling everyone else down. Now, what happened shortly after the dot-com bubble? The companies that were left took off because they had market share. So in terms of Web 3.0, I'm looking at this, and I'm a long-term holder in Stellar because I believe more and more in the ecosystem, and I'm going to always keep Lumens in that ecosystem for hodl power because I believe in it. I believe in this cross-border stuff. I believe that we should make money move like email, okay? I really think that, because I dealt with a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of workers, and it was, like I said, it's a beautiful experience. I dealt with a whole bunch of workers that did send money back home to Mexico, to Africa. I dealt with them firsthand, and I saw the struggles that they had to deal with because of the systems in play weren't there for their use. Stellar fixes that. So for me, having grown up like in a corporate environment where I saw that firsthand, this is the answer to a lot of those problems. Knights of Christendom says it's just a matter of time before the minivan moons. Can't wait. And Knights, I'm thinking about this, and the more I'm thinking about it, is there are going to be some very short-term nasty headwinds. All right. And you know what? Let's bring up a chart real quick, and I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about with this chart. Maybe this will help us out a little bit more. So let's go to Yahoo, because I know you guys love Yahoo Finance so much, and you can't rip on Yahoo Finance because they had the best article on the Congress hearing. So let's not rip on them too much here. They really did. They had probably the best article. All right, so let's go 6 months. Okay, so what I have, right, and this is, we're talking about valuation. We're talking about like going to zeros and so forth. Okay, I want you guys to think about that. All right, so I've got XLM and I've got Doge 6 months right now. Okay, up on the screen. All right, so check it out. So Knights, when we're talking about mooning and we're talking about money and effective money and pools of money, I want you right now to think about the amount of money that's tied up into Dogecoin as a whole, as a market cap whole. Okay, look at Dogecoin. All right, so in the last 6 months, Doge has slid 52%, where Stellar has only slid 28%. Okay, Stellar is retaining its value against Doge. Dogecoin also had a tweet from Elon Musk, okay, not too long ago. It barely propped up the value of the coin 15-ish% for a couple hours, okay? So think of all that money. So let's say Doge development starts slowing down and the meme of it starts wearing off, because remember, it's expensive. Yeah, it's expensive, right? And like the meme part of it flies away, because we saw, right, there was some good money to be made here. We're not going to lie, there was good money to be made here. But Doge, you could see it's starting to fade, and it's starting to lose more of its value compared to its competitors. And yes, all cryptos are competing with each other. They're all competing with each other to make it through this crypto squeeze, all right, to make it through this crypto bubble, all right? So now let's just go a little bit more narrow here. You could even see on a 3-month basis, right, they're down 31% compared to Stellar's 16%. Doge is losing its value faster faster and faster, okay? Remember, everyone was like, oh, but Doge is worth more than XLM. Yeah, but in the long term, look, the meme part of it wore out, okay? The meme did. The meme part of this faded, all right? So what's going to happen, and this is kind of where we're talking about, like where the minivan and the Toyota Prius is going to moon, is when people start realizing, all right, that their coin is just a meme coin and it doesn't have a real use case in the next 5 years, 10 years, okay? Once investors start getting more into this, once the SEC starts regulating stuff, once Congress starts having more of these hearings, people are going to be like, oh crap, I don't want to put my money in Doge. Like, what's going to happen here? Like, am I going to lose it all? So then they're going to start rotating their money into assets that have value, that have development, that have legs, all right? And Jules has it right, okay? Is MoneyGram could have chosen anyone. They chose Stellar. And you know what? Fireblocks could have chosen XRP because XRP is made for institutional use. No, but Fireblocks chose Stellar, all right? Same thing with Tribal with this B2B cross-border payment system. Chose Stellar, all right? Stellar has legs, Stellar has utility. And Jay Martyr, no, you said it right. Utility is rising to the forefront. Most of these coins, let's be honest here, you see the trades, right? You see the trends. The trend lines are fairly similar, right? They're accentuated either to the positive or negative, but they generally follow each other trend line wise. Utility coins and coins that have a purpose, okay? And not just a purpose, but a sustainable purpose. We talked on this channel not too long ago, I think it was about a week ago, about Ethereum gas fees, right? On a base transaction, Ethereum gas fees were running around $100. On a complex swap, it was running around $300. Who can afford that? Who wants to afford that going forward, right? As people become more savvy and start learning, hey, wait a minute, I love this crypto environment that we're in, but wait a minute, I could save $299.99 on a very extreme transaction, or I could save $90.99 versus Stellar on a basic transaction. What do you think they're going to do? And that's on each transaction, okay? So right now, like that Ethereum, the Bitcoin chain, that's favoring the whales and a different case use. But what people thought was that case use was for everything on the Ethereum chain. Now they're realizing, wait a minute, to sell an NFT, I have to pay how much in gas? Wait a minute. So to transfer money, I have to pay how much in gas, and I have to wait how long? So those people that are using it like as a money utility, as an exchange utility, as a money movement utility, are going to start realizing there are better choices out there. And that's what we're seeing right now happen in the market. The market is becoming more educated, and the consumer out there is becoming more educated as every day goes on, as this channel goes on. All right, as this channel goes on. This is the same thing too, right? I mean, we are experiencing and exposing more people to Stellar and the benefits of Stellar versus everything else. Colonel Flag says, hey Klaus, quick question, buddy. I've had to, I'm thinking reset my ledger with Stellar on my Nano X. All will be well once I back it up with my device in recovery phase, right? I don't know what you're resetting with your ledger. Like, technically, I don't know what part you're talking about right now. But I will say that I had a little bit of issue with Stellar Ledger earlier. I had to refresh mine a few times when I was checking on stuff. So I don't know if that's what you're talking about. And Jules chimes in saying, gas fees are going to collapse Ethereum. Yeah, it's not going to be sustainable. All right, gas fees on Ethereum are not going to be sustainable. Let me see. Let's look up something right now. Ethereum NFT marketplace. All right, I'm gonna show you guys something. All right. What did I just do there? Did I just totally jack that up, you guys? I think I did just jack that up. Hold on a second here. Let me see. Let's go to Ethereum NFT marketplace. All right, and give me a second here. Some of these Ethereum marketplaces, what they're paying in gas, it's insane. So let's do this. Let's go to OpenSea real quick. All right, let's go to OpenSea. All right, OpenSea. All right, OpenSea.io. Let's explore real quick here. I want you guys just to kind of take take a look at like what some of this stuff is here. I mean, some of this stuff is insanely expensive, man. Some of this stuff is insanely expensive. What they're going for, 81. 1.2. I mean, this is in Ethereum, like, holy crap, Ola. So yeah, the not only the gas fees, but the actual the fees themselves for what the products are going for are crazy. Where Lightmint, you can see it's not at that point yet. It's nowhere near that point yet. But yes, that's what we're talking about right now. So if you guys got any questions regarding Congress, any questions regarding crypto, I've got automated market makers liquidity pool up here too. Good to see that the liquidity pool is growing, right? Growing up to 35.5 million. And it's good to see though that the volume is following up with it too, okay? I was a little disappointed. And again, for the people that comment on the channel and they're like, oh dude, you're all shill and pump. You can go F off. Because I don't. I call it real. I call it the way I see it. I told everyone from the get-go I was not happy with the performance of the liquidity pool. That being said, I am happy with the performance of the volume, though, tied into the total amount of the liquidity pool. Knowing that there was 12.1 million in volume in one day that's huge for December 11th time period. That is awesome. That is a really good sign. That is a good volume indicator like that. And you guys seriously rocking it out in the comments, helping each other with yields. Thank you so much. If you guys could keep that going, that is helping people. I'm probably going to go, let's see. Colonel Fike says Ledger Live wouldn't synchronize, so I had to reset it and start again. Yeah, I had to reset mine a few times. Then again, I didn't know if mine there was network issues like here on my home base or if it was just pulling up data on their end. We're going to take this stream. We're going to take it to 12:45 because we had that kind of technical snafu. So yeah, if you guys got questions, now's the time to ask. We're talking about anything Stellar. If you want to support the channel, check out, I do have my own collection of NFTs. I don't use my NFTs yet, okay, in terms of like me trying to prop myself up as an artist. I'm using it as a way for people to support the channel. So if you're interested in that, Lightmint, my thing is FHANC, Family Hobbies in Cards. I just have a bunch of just Stellar ones right now. I am probably going to launch a naughty NFT line to get the adult part of the NFT world going. But yeah, if you want to support the channel that way, you are totally welcome to do so. The other thing too is we have a whole bunch of good stuff, right? We've got whale trackers that we've been working on where we could see that, yes, we have been gaining whales. We also have cool data like asset holder growth, and I have updated these. These are actually live. So what you're seeing in this November-December time period is accurate. This is the best 2-month growth period out of the year for Stellar in terms of asset holders. You can see here in this January-February mark, pretty soft, especially January, February going to March to April. These months right here, okay, so January to February and March to April of 2022 is going to be big because we are going to see if the MoneyGram project and all of the other projects that Stellar has launched, if we're going to see some traction here at the beginning of the year. All right. Interesting, because for anyone out there that has done corporate finance before, you know, projects are built and then they're launched at the beginning of the year, quarter one. I'm telling you that right now. They're launched quarter one because that's when the budget opens, okay? If a new project or a new agreement was signed in third or fourth quarter, I guarantee you that that project was not built in the budget. So yes, they may talk about it, they may start creating some anchoring, some fine points, but the actual product, the actual cash infusions, the financial infusions of that project and to take that project live normally happen in first and second quarter of the next year. All right. Let's see. So WixKid says, I'm curious about your honest opinion, and I will always give you guys my honest opinion. All right, I will always give you guys my honest opinion. You guys know that I don't fake the funk. I'm pretty real with this stuff. So WixKid says, I'm curious about your honest opinion. Why such a smart community from one of the biggest and oldest crypto assets is so small? Are there any algorithms involved to downplay, and why? I'm curious. So you're kind of wondering if maybe there's like a higher algorithm-based thing that's holding back Stellar. Part of the problem is, and I'm just throwing this to you right now, part of the problem is Stellar itself isn't being marketed correctly to people. And real quick, Eric Garcia, dude, rock on. Thank you for helping people out, Eric. I really appreciate it, man. Like, you guys are awesome. You guys are seriously just a really, really freaking cool community, and you guys bring a smile to my face. So I sincere thank you. When I say thank you, I mean that's real stuff. But talking about, and yes, thank you again, Eric. I love this kind of stuff. But talking about, like, so what's holding it back? It's the fact that Stellar, though, really isn't getting their message out there. All right, they're really not. It's seriously, it's that their ecosystem growth hasn't been the strongest. And I honestly think it's because the majority of people have no freaking clue on what Stellar is. And we saw that when Congress happened, when they had the hearing, a lot of people learned about Stellar. All right, a lot of people learned about it. All right, the whale tracker is evidence of that. We have seen plenty of whales jump in since December 8th. Okay, and yes, so I'm tracking that stuff. But we've also seen too that what's holding it back is there's just not the daily active accounts. I don't think people really know how to use Stellar completely, right? I mean, you know, what got me into the NFT thing, okay, is I love art, but I suck at it. But what got me into it was I had a whole bunch of people that were like, hey, you know, do you have a Stellar wallet? I would like to, you know, to donate to the show. And I was just like, oh, okay, I just hate that because, like, I don't like the idea of donations. I would rather, like, at least give them a product, right? Like a fridge magnet or, you know, like something like that. And I do have fridge magnets for those of you guys that are curious. I did. I actually made like legit fridge magnets. Pretty cool stuff here. But yeah, like I did. I was like, well, wait a minute. Here's a way. So I did. I made those NFTs so that people could donate, but also have something for it that they could always sell in the future or just have something there, right? Rather than just a plain donation. The reality is I don't think a lot of people understand what you can use Stellar ecosystem for, right? I mean, right now, if you look at the comments, all right, you look at the comments and people are talking about where they're staking their coins, where they're getting their best yield, where's the juiciest yield, and so forth. That's part of the Stellar ecosystem. Part of it, too, is the Lightment NFTs or NFTs in general on Stellar system. But this is all soft stuff. I mean, and it's soft stuff that wasn't always marketed the best, right? When we talked about automated market makers, all right? When we talked about automated market makers, and let's kind of go to that real quick here. We were shocked that wait a minute. After Meridian, we didn't have a bump in automated market makers. Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, I think that's really, really nuts, right? So yeah, there are some laggards in terms of their performance, but it's also because Stellar has been honestly in the weeds, right? The meme tokens have ruled, and Bitcoin and Ethereum have ruled. All right, you're going to have 3 different classes, okay? People talk about altcoin season. You're going to have 3 different classes. You're going to have your big hitters, your blue chips, right? Your Bitcoin, Ethereums. You're going to have your meme tokens, and then you're going to have your functional altcoins. All right, you're going to see the market split into 3 different segments here in the near future because the education level of the consumer is starting to increase on a daily basis. Let's see here. Bahala says, you got my message regarding XLM wallet holder ratios. Which message is that? Because I don't think I did. And to be honest with you, Jules was even saying that some of his messages were being deleted on here. So again, if you guys got something you want to hit me up with, right? Something you want to hit me up with, something that you're like, hey, Klaus, no, you really got to see this, okay? Do this. Go to my channel page, all right? Go to the About tab, and you're going to see right in the middle, it says for business inquiries, view email address, email me, all right? If there's something out there. Yeah, Bahala. No, I totally know. Sorry about that, man. Yeah, Bahala was saying 1 to 10 lumens, majority holders, probably all those newbies on Coinbase and X amount lost accounts. So what Bahala is talking about, and yes, I did get your message too, but yes, if anyone wants to send me something that's like a must read or something like that, use my email address that's on the page. I will get to it. But what Bahala is talking about, and let me go to that real quick here, is how in the F word do you have 5 million? Now remember, the total number of people of asset holders is 6.2 million, okay? 5 million of them own between 0.1 to 10, all right? 0.1 to 10 lumens, all right? So you're gonna ask yourself, who has just 0.1 to 10 lumens? Well, think about this. Think about someone creating a new wallet. All right, I want you to think about all the fractional stuff, okay? So I know I have a wallet that has a fractional amount left over in it. It's such a small amount where I'm just like, okay, I'm not even going to close it out or I'm not going to merge it in anything because it's not worth it, okay? Maybe the amount I have in there is less than even what the fees are, okay? So you got that. You have also people that have used Stellar to do something. Maybe they've moved money. Maybe they've minted something. They've made their money and they've moved on. They still have something left in their wallet, right, to keep the wallet active. Okay, so there's dormant lumens in there. You also have different promos and so forth, right? There's a whole bunch of different reasons you could have this amount right here. But the thing to think about is in this here. Okay, and so let's do this, all right? So while we got you on the hook, let's do that here. Give me a second here. All right. when you look at this and when you look at the holders, give me a second here. With this 5 million that are holding between 0.1 to 10, all right, you still have to think though, that is very much, all right, very much like hodl power. All right, these 5 million accounts are hodling probably dormant lumens. All right, so again, Valhalla, I don't know necessarily what percentage is causing, like what percent is like Coinbase reward stuff that just leaves dormant, what percent of it is people that have like an NFT account that they're just like, okay, I didn't like it anymore, I'm not doing it, and it's dormant. What percentage of these people that have opened just a Stellar wallet for the sake of opening it, and they're maybe like, well, I'm only going to keep a couple lumens in there. I mean, so there's plenty of reasons, but what we need to see though is this shift over here more. More people need to get in the usable function, which is these two pools right here. Let's see here. And Eric is right. Yep, you leave your assets in there with the reset. Maparta says, I've realized that the yield platform usually opens a single account of XLM and split all users in different memos. Imagine if they created a single wallet for every different user, how XLM would have more scarcity with the minimum. Yeah, that would be a way to create an organic pressure. Yep. Let's see. And Sniff says one of Coinbase lessons was XLM and it gave out maybe $3 worth. Yeah, I think they did like $10 or something like that total, I think. And now you got to think though, some of these assets are held on the Coinbase level. Okay. And you can actually check on some of that stuff, right? So if you scroll down, you can actually see they have the names on it. And I was going through this. I have nothing better to do with my life. But I was looking at, there is like the Binance one, right? Check this out. There's like one that's labeled for Binance, for Bittrex cold storage. So you can track all this stuff too. So yeah, plenty of different uses and plenty of different reasons why, right, people would have this dormant amount of lumens in there. Let's see. We got Colonel Flag. Yeah, and Eric, thank you again, man, for helping out. You were rocking it. You're cool, man. Cool stuff. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about right now. So if you guys got any questions, you got any comments, I'm charting this stuff. I am charting the whale tracker. The whale tracker is huge. I think it's really big. I think the whale tracker for us going forward is going to give us clarity on big money flowing in or out of Stellar. All right. And let's see, Wixkid says, I made ridiculous gains in more than a dozen crypto assets that most couldn't dream of in a lifetime. I still believe that Stellar and XLM has more potentials. Yeah, no, it's totally true. They definitely have way more potential. They're a laggard, man. I'm telling you, Wix, they're a laggard. The thing is, what's going to happen and what actually is happening, and you're seeing it by the whale tracker, and you're actually seeing it by market assets. You're going to see more people pull their funds out of other cryptos that they think are going to die, they're going to know either the gas fees are going to choke them to death or scalability, right? Because we talked about Project Starlight, 1 million transactions a second. Holy crap. Think Bitcoin and Ethereum, the reason their gas fees are so high is you have to pay gas to get your place in line so you can make your transaction happen. Stellar doesn't have that. So again, you're going to see those people that are going to be using those chains. The gas fees are going to go up. Jules said it. The gas fees are going to crush those chains and they're going to bring them back down, right? Supply and demand is going to work. They're going to be like, hey, this is not worth it. So what you're going to see is you're going to see the money rotate from those projects into Stellar, into other chains out there that are ISO 20022. You're going to see them move funds to that. People are making their money on the meme right now. I'm telling you that right now. People are making money on the meme. That is just how it's happened. They're making it now, and you can't get mad at them. That's just how the world works, okay? And what I think is also really cool, so as we've been streaming live, because I did this morning, all right? So you guys are catching a live juicy bit. Check it out. In the 100,000 to 10 million mini whale account, there are now 5,852 holders. Let's see, have we had an increase or a gain? Oh, we have had an increase, yep, of 6 more holders since I started recording this morning. So since this morning, we have had 6 more accounts join the 100,000 to 10 million lumens holding. That's why we got the whale tracker, because we're going to see if big money is moving in large amounts or if big money is moving out, okay? And we could tell what kind of money is going to be moving in and out, because we have 2 different categories, the 10 million to 1 billion category and the 100,000 to 10 million category, and we are tracking both. And I will be glad to share this information with you guys. I have pivot tables, all this kind of fun stuff. like I said, I have plenty of free time to knock all this kind of stuff out. So yep, now's your time. Let's start getting those last round of questions in here, because I did want to shut this down before football started so y'all could watch. I'm not a football fan, but I know there are people out there, so I wanted to be respectful and make sure that everyone got time to watch their football. So if you got any questions, you got any comments, now's your time. I would tell you that right now. I am going to extend this out to 12:50. Yep, you guys have 6 minutes till close. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in last call here. So it is last call, 6 minutes to ask your Qs. Yep. 6 minutes to ask your Qs. We will end at 12:50 Eastern Standard Time. All right. Just so I give everyone an idea of what the expectations are. All right. Let's see. And Jules says people don't see crypto as a part of the real world. It's 100% speculation bubble. Stellar value is ignored, price is suppressed. And Jules, that's kind of the one thing. People are in the speculation bubble. Jules, you and I talked about Web 3.0 last night. You and I got to hook up on a project, man. Like, seriously, I think we got a pretty similar vibe with how we think with regarding some things. Web 3.0 is big. And for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, Web 3.0 is massive, right? We control Web 3.0. That is why I am going to keep a whole bunch of my lumens, because I want to be part of who owns Web 3.0 going forward. All right. We'll talk about more about that. But Jules, definitely, I think you and I got to hook up with something, because I think we got some cool ideas, and I think we might look at things similarly, especially with dark mint, not light mint, but dark mint. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Colonel Flag says 100,000 lumens is a nice amount. One of my goals for sure. When you hit that mark, Colonel, like, you know, we will make sure that we add you to the whale tracker. All right. How cool would that be? Let's see. And Wixkid says Jules and Cole's 100% truth. Jules, no, I was trying to twist my wife's arm last night, if you couldn't tell. And I do think I have a friend that might be able to help out with this too. I think maybe though we try, we try maybe doing stuff on light mint first to see what happens. Then if need be, you can always make dark mint, right? I mean, so we always can make a product and then improve on it and make the product even better with version 2.0. So Jules, let's just kind of keep that idea going between us, because I think there's something that we could hit on in here. And yeah, I you know what I'm talking about, right? I mean, sometimes it's fun to dabble your toe in the dirty water out there, in the dark waters, you know? Let's see. Colonel Flag says I could see $40 XLM. How about you guys? It's easy to see, because think if Stellar wants to become the global payment the global payment leader, and they said that, okay, they said it in the conclusion of 2021, Meridian 2021. If they're going to be the global payment leader, that is going to be huge. I mean, that is going to be huge. That is going to move that action, all right, and move the names. That's why all these products here, right? So when I started looking at all these different projects on Stellar, these are all things that I am tracking to see which one of these are working. What about that Cowrie one, right? Is Cowrie going to onboard a whole bunch of different people? And so what we're going to do, and that's why I've been doing this, and that's why I've been guiding you guys on this journey. I didn't want to throw all this information at once. That's not the right way for coaching and leadership, okay? But what I started doing was I started charting different things, and I started bringing different concepts into the show, and I started bringing it even further concepts, and I started talking about more and more and more. Then we started talking about whale trackers. Then we started talking about different data analytics. So as the community is growing, I am trying to provide even more and more information, more analytics, and more data on a deeper level, because that's the big difference between this channel and other channels. I guarantee you a lot of the other crypto channels out there do not have the real world business experience that I've had in large scale that I've had. I can also say they probably don't understand Stellar as well as we do as a community here. So there is a lot of value to this channel, and there's a lot of value of tracking data like this. The whale tracker is huge, and hey, I like it. Let's see here. Add me to the wallet tracker too. Yeah, we are. We're going to add a whole bunch of us to the wallet tracker, the whale tracker. Eric goes, T-Mobile account hacked and SIM card on new phone, withdrew everything on his exchange. Guys, I want you to think about something too. All right, when you're worried about crypto security and wallet, and we had Diego was on last night with this live stream, and he was like, hey, I'm a little nervous, man. Like what about the security of our money? Remember, banks get hacked. Visa gets hacked. I mean, like, so money is lost, right? I mean, this happens, okay? And this has been happening to even regular bank accounts too. So don't just think this is not crypto. This is everyone, right? I did a video about this where it's like, for every way that we've moved money, bank robbers and people have found ways to steal it. All right, it's out there. All right, and we can't play blind to that. Okay, there is obviously a security risk, and as things get better, as these wallets get better and more secure, we're going to feel more secure as users. Remember, when debit cards first came out, right? And I was traveling to Europe with debit cards. When I came back to the States, I had my debit card, and this was early 2000s, because I remember this happened to me twice in one Christmas. My card got hacked with online shopping, right? I mean, and that was before the $50, you know, where you got like you were responsible for the first $50 and then you know, your bank covered the rest. I had to like fight that. I lost access to those funds for a long time. So yeah, like the whole debit card thing and security, again, we're still early on. The wallets are going to improve in security. The hard wallets are going to get better, and so are the technical wallets. Sniff real quick. I'm just going to answer a couple more questions, and then we're going to sign off for the day. It says, what are your top 5 crypto holdings? Mine is Lumens. I have some Bitcoin. I have some Ethereum. I have some LOOM, LOOM, and there's a reason I have LOOM, and it has to do with development software that they have. It is a B2B development software for dApps. If you guys are interested on that, LOOM is a crazy one. LOOM is very hidden, but they have a special project. I don't cover it on the channel because that's a personal holding of mine. But they have a really crazy project that I've been following that I think is massive. And I know it's over on the Ethereum chain, but again, that's part of diversification of my portfolio. So big into XLM, XRP I got. I do have some SHIB, not much. Okay, that's my highly speculative coin. That's like my wish and dream coin. But my big one is XLM. I'm a big holder in XLM. Big holder in LOOM too. Real big one on that. Let's see. Real quick here, WixKid says, under $5 non-political investment, firms consider XLM still as a penny stock. Yes, it is. And CPE, Cal Petroleum Energy, actually went through that where they were viewed as a penny stock even though they were a huge company, but because of their price, they actually did a reverse split to take them from like whatever it was, like 50, 60, 70, 80 cents, and it turned it to like $8, $9, $10 a share. That got them a lot more investment opportunity because their price looked less like a penny stock and looked more like a legitimate company. So it was a really cool mechanic to use right there. Do you think you'll be able to stake Stellar? I think there's many ways of making money with Stellar. Colonel Flag says, seed phrase, VPN, constantly cleaning your devices as well, killer long password, solid proof, any other precautions? Split it up, man. Colonel Flag, like my thing is I have my money split between many different wallets and many different systems. It is a pain to manage on my end, but all my eggs aren't in one basket, and they're on different chains, and they're in different wallets, and they're in different banks. Okay, very much a diversification where I store my money and how I store my money. Okay, I'm very much in like I spread it out to different institutions. Like, so even like my fiat based banking, okay, my fiat, I have several different bank accounts that I use because if something were to happen, I'm at least diversified, right? Let's say like one of my banks is like a hack or like their network goes down. I could still go to the ATM with bank X, you know, which is a different bank, and withdraw from them too. I view crypto that way too. Okay, that's just, I'm very diversified where I hold my fiat and my crypto. All right. Let's see. Miri says, I think when people actually take the time to understand market cap and the supply and do enough research to see what Stellar and Ripple is working on, they will understand how much it can go. That is very true. And the reason it is not going anywhere is because of factors like this. We don't have big onboarding yet of asset holders. And the asset holder classes that we do have aren't of the biggest scale and magnitude, with the largest holders having less than 10 lumens. All right, guys, we are at 12:53. All right, we went a little bit longer than I said, but that's because we had some technical issues. So let's do this. All right, let's end the stream now. We're going to end it on a high note. If you guys got questions, if you guys got comments, you know what to do. If you really need to get a hold of me bad, go on the main channel page, go to the About section. It's all the way on the right-hand side. You will see in the middle it says View Email Address. Hit me up with an email. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you would like to support the channel, there's many different ways. You can support the channel with a monthly membership. Yep, I put monthly memberships in real cheap. It's only 99 cents a month. I mean, like, come on, it's a cool way to support the channel. But we have monthly memberships. We also have NFTs that you could purchase that will go to the channel and only used for channel stuff, right? New equipment, stuff like that. I did get my new mic real quick. I know I'm rambling, but check this out. I got my new mic. I don't know how the hell to use this thing. There are so many more buttons on here. So I have my mic. I have to do my 2,500 sub giveaway. I'm ready. I'm ready to take the channel to the next level, and I think we're all ready to take Stellar to the next level too. So, Klaus, Family Hobbies and Cards. Hopefully you enjoyed the live stream, and hopefully you had some fun. I will catch you wonderful people